That is definitely great news during this time. So
You said what?
I said that's definitely great news during this time.
Exactly. Because they made a mistake with my insurance to begin with.
Oh man.
You're right. They're talking about since they looked at my years of driving experience, they was like, you know what, we're gonna drop from 180 to 63. I'm like, oh shit.
What is good? Ray Sean, Ronnie, BJ, what's up?
Hey everybody,
Sam, where you at?
he'll come. Who knows about this? Yeah, I don't think this review is gonna be that long anyway. It's only 7 songs.
7 songs. We can make it an hour.
Well, if you're gonna talk about like the Kanye sessions or whatever, I guess
Kanye did his thing.
the best one from the sessions,
Yes, I agree.
which
Ronnie was good.
yeah, we're gonna talk about that. But yo, I got some dope ideas.
What's good?
Um, Pretty much like some albums I'm getting. Definitely gonna do reviews on like what we talked about with the CM double review.
Yes.
Um, Instead of doing the video with the samples, I'm gonna think of something else and stuff like that. I'm gonna say that probably till next month. Um, 'Cause I forgot we still gotta talk about Janet's first two albums too next week.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Can't say that I'm looking forward to those.
Well, I'm gonna ask Ash which one she rather talk about next week, Janet or Craig Mack. Oh, fuck it, I always said
she
Craig Mack.
she
Fuck
gonna
it.
she gonna she gonna say Janet.
True, but
It's
she
always
knows
great
about Craig
talking
Mack.
about Janet. You know what I'm saying? But those are like before Janet.
Right.
She was just Penny.
Hmm?
She was just Penny back then. She wasn't who she is now.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Trust
Like
me.
Demeter Joe, we supposed to do that one, right?
Well, yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
get into that because my friend, I don't know what's going on with him. 'Cause I told him he needed to do a StreamYard, so I'm gonna hit him up again tomorrow or tonight
This
to
is the
see what's
same
up.
one that backed out before.
No, no, this is a
Oh,
different one.
Q was good. Oh yes, tomorrow's gonna be great.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait.
Hope, man. Hopefully, I don't gotta go do a lot of things tomorrow. 'Cause I might just stay home and see if I can get this DJ
I'm
equipment
gonna
working.
I'm gonna play everything off of this iPod. Y'all remember this iPod?
Oh, is that the iPod Mini?
This is the first one of the first generation joints.
Oh, fat.
Everything is on here. I'm gonna play everything off of this iPod. What's good, Zion?
What's up, Zion?
This is old school iPod. I got the iPod Nano, the mini joint.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Celebrity Underrated finally dropped a new video. I was like, yo, where the fuck is this nigga at? He did one on McFadden and Whitehead.
Classic.
Yes.
Did he talk about they classic?
Mm.
The classic joint. Ain't no stopping us.
Yes. Yeah, man. It's crazy how both of them died and shit. That's crazy.
Man, crazy man. You
Q's
said I
asking
used to
about
have an
music.
iPad back in the day. Back in the day, iPads are still like fairly new, right?
Yeah.
What's a good headphones for music? I have Beats. I know there's like a whole bunch. There's always been a whole bunch of different ones out, but I use Beats. You know, um, I don't know. I don't know what other like headphones are good.
Beats. For my earbuds, I use like this thing called Skull Candy. If I'm listening to some
Skull
shit on
Candy, I
the
remember them. Yep.
yeah, yeah, man. But oh yeah, Johnny J, most definitely, man.
That's a good question, Ray Sean. I never thought about that.
Yo, I heard somebody actually say that
Hmm.
on YouTube and stuff like that because the way how Janet was acting was like very raw
Right.
and real and shit. But
Was she abused by Joe?
I mean, they said she grew up around it, so I don't know if she was really abused by
I mean,
Joe.
but she could just watch it from afar. But I mean, if she actually had it happen to them like her brothers, then that would explain a lot. Like
Shit.
her, like around the time when the Janet album came out and Velvet Rope, and She was more free with her sexuality, and people thought, this is not really Janet.
Yeah.
You know, that could be a part of it.
Mm.
What's good, BJ?
Shout out to BJ because you got me my
Yes.
all-time favorite albums in
Salute to
stand
you.
up.
Oh boy, I just got some stuff in the mail. Shout out to Liam Satellite Hip Hop on IG. I told him I was gonna give him a shout out. That's the dude from overseas, from down under.
Hey,
So we definitely gonna show everything, including the stuff BJ got for us on the pickups live stream.
yeah, I'm talking to Ashley about the Craig Mack thing right now and shit too.
So Hector was good, no doubt. BJ, I appreciate it. Reg appreciate it, and we people that we play our stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't just have it sitting around collecting dust. Like I play everything I have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether it's vinyl, CDs, cassettes, whatever. Did y'all like Slick Rick? We supposed to be doing the album review on that, Zion.
Yeah,
At
man.
some point.
We gotta talk about Behind Bars first, cause we talked about
Yeah.
the first two albums.
Yes. I love all the storytelling. I think that was a great album. A lot of collabs on there, but I think Slick Rick held his own with, like Raekwon and Cannabis and Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, yeah. To me, that was like one of his best albums.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he had a lot of good. His albums
It's
was
it's a
close.
it's a good album. It's definitely one of my favorites from what was that, 99?
Yeah,
That's a great album.
I like it way better than Behind Bars. I'll tell you that.
I still like Behind Bars, but it's not a classic. And he was locked up. He didn't. I don't. A lot of those songs are old, right?
No, like he recorded. I think the thing with Behind Bars was he recorded the song
Mm.
because I think he was on a work
Oh,
release or some
Berkeley's. That's
shit.
right. Yeah, Berkeley's.
Yeah,
Right.
but at the same time, it was rushed because it was like a certain time.
Right. Now, as with Ti now, who's accustomed to being locked up, who's
Oh my
accustomed to
god.
having great albums come out when he's locked up, he had more than enough time. So maybe Slick Rick need to use DJ Toomp. You know,
I'm good. I'm good on that. Mhm.
it don't work for everybody. It worked for Ti though.
But at the same time, The Ruler's Back was technically rushed a little
That was
bit
Rush.
too, but that was still a good album.
Um,
Hey Sam.
Sam was good. I don't. Yeah, I understand. Like, yes, like sometimes it's more convenient for people to play stuff on streaming instead of like going digging through albums. I get it. But there's people that just buy, but they never play with the stuff that they get, and we don't do that. Like anything I receive, I'll definitely play.
Exactly.
I don't see what's the point of keeping it on ice for what? I could die tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to play these. You know what I'm saying? This stuff.
And
Um.
even oh,
Mhm.
go ahead.
Nah, go ahead.
And even like with me, like I admit, there's some CDs I've had that I haven't even opened yet, but I've still heard the album before.
Right.
Yeah,
Like we know what we're getting. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we're buying blindlessly and I know I don't know this album whatever.
yeah, and there'll be sometimes too where I'll just buy an album just for sample purposes or just because of a dope album cover. I
Right.
admit,
Right.
but I still heard the album though. Fuck.
Right. Q said, "I tell you why I don't like Justin Timberlake because he's a culture vulture and he benefit off of black people and he treated both Britney and Janet really bad and now he wants to apologize."
Mm.
Well, I mean, I didn't see when he was dating Britney. I didn't care. I didn't care because I wasn't listening to NSYNC at that time. Like after he went solo, I started listening to his stuff. But what he did with Britney, I really don't care about. The Janet thing, to me, I don't feel like if he did do that on purpose, I just thought that was dumb because he was already a star by that time. So I don't see the need to do that to gain clout. But I mean, I thought it was an accident. You know what I'm saying? If it was a malfunction, cool. If he did it to gain clout, it's stupid. Yeah, I don't think he needed to do that. It's just so old now. It's like, why are we still talking about this incident so many years later?
Shit.
You know, I mean, let's be honest. Like Justin solo career is big because of Timbaland and Pharrell. You two black producers that gave you heat during that time, and I think he's a great solo artist. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. But he everybody's not gonna like him. Can someone
Respect.
explain what a culture vulture is? Makai says, "What up, Makai?"
Basically, a culture vulture is somebody who doesn't know nothing about the culture, but they want to talk a lot of shit about the culture or
Hmm.
claim that they're running the culture
Right,
pretty much.
like Peter Rosenberg or
DJ
Carson
Black.
Daly. Back when he used to be on TRL. You know,
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. What do you
yeah,
think of Das Effect's Dead Serious album?
classic.
Ooh, I just
Love
copped
it.
that. Yeah, I just
I,
copped that too.
I just you never had that?
I never had no Das Effects albums.
I just saw a dude on Instagram. He posted the second album, Straight Up Suicide,
Underrated.
and he was like asking people like, how what are your thoughts on that album? To me, it's always been a dope album. I don't think it was a classic, but
It's
I think with that album there wasn't a lot of like hit singles from that album like Dead Serious.
and you know what it was about? I mean, try. I said Vlad.
Mhm.
Oh God. You know what it was? Try because in '92, everyone was trying to do the whole Iggy style.
Right,
So that's effects. They of course try to change the steez up, try to more go for the more mature approach. But
right.
at the same time, I feel like even though that album did have a little bit of filler, I felt like it
Hmm.
was still a dope album. But the
Yeah.
Hold It Down album was way better.
Oh yes, I love that album. That's a classic too.
Yes, I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying?
That's not my
I think
nigga.
I like that album more than Dead Serious.
Same. That's my favorite album. That was them at
Yeah,
their peak.
definitely. And remember they had beef with Lords of the Underground over that sort of Diggity style.
Yeah.
And then Chris Cross they took it and ran with it. A
They
lot of
also
people took that style and ran with it. Even people in R&B took that style and ran with it. If you listen to Jodeci, Dario Madband, every 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 rhyme that Dalvin has on that album, he took the Das Effect style.
I agree.
And I know Dalvin ain't start that style, so
Yeah. Even Das Effects had beef with KRS One too.
I didn't know that.
Well, because like that song on We In There,
Hmm.
he said some shit about the whole Wiggity style, but then him and Das Effect squashed the beef, and then they did that song for KRS One, which was both
Okay,
on KRS One and the Hold It Down album and shit.
that was a dope song. I like that joint.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Jay Z used that
Jay
shit.
Z sued them. Oh, he used to use it. Yeah, yeah. When he had
90,
like the fast rhyming style. Yeah.
yeah, that can I get open joint.
Yes.
Classic.
Hmm.
Yeah, all my Jay Z y'all should know about that song right there. That's all I gotta say.
Definitely.
That's one
Um,
thing I was thinking about doing, like a top five pre Reasonable Doubt Jay Z tracks.
I'm down for that.
Yes.
Something different than the usual Jay Z discography. I don't want to talk about a whole discography. Because we already did all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. To
We
be
already
honest,
did
if
all
I
that.
was to do a re-review, it will be in my Lifetime Volume 1, but I'm waiting for that
Right.
months later and shit. Cause
I'm down for that too. That to me is his most underrated.
I agree. Yeah. Oh
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like out of any other album, that to me, especially from that series, I think that's the most underrated one. Volume 2 and Volume 3 blew up.
Which Volume 3, I'm not really too crazy about that album, but
I love that joint. There's some songs I didn't care for. The Mariah joint could have been left off, but he got some bangers on there.
yeah. But I'm ready to start whenever you are,
Yeah,
bro.
let's go.
All right, what's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing this lovely Wednesday night? It's your homeboy Reg in the building. Got
Oh, we lost Rich.
Yeah, I had to fix my camera. Got my homeboy Try with me.
What up? What up?
Um, we're going to talk about Pusha T's Daytona album.
Yes.
This shit came out in 2018 on Good Music on the Def Jam. Um, this album had two singles, If You Know, You Know, and What Will Meek Do. It was produced by Kanye West, who was an executive with Pusha T and Stephen Victor, Andrew Dawson, Mike Dean, and Pierre Bourne. Um, Guest appearances include Rick Ross and Kanye West, and those are it.
Yeah.
And this is the first of 5 albums that Kanye did when he was in Wyoming, which I'm gonna get into that in a minute. Um, but we never talked about Pusha T on this channel.
Right.
Never talked about Pusha, so I'm gonna ask you how you got into Pusha T or clips or whatever.
Yeah, the clips. It was their first album. I remember seeing that video and they were like at a funeral or something.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember that song, but I remember seeing that video. I never heard that first album. And then when they came out later with grinding, that was a big hit up here. Like every when grinding came out, that beat was passed up by Jay-Z. I'm like, Jay is wild and he could have killed that joint.
Oh shit! I
You
never
know what I'm
knew that shit
saying?
was passed by
Yeah,
Jay.
he passed up on the beat, and Pharrell, being like the Neptunes was so close with the clips, like for I heard Pharrell say that he used to give the clips first dibs on beats before he would like sell it off to anybody else. So they had the pick of the litter at that time, being that they were a part of Star Trek, and that beat was still bananas. One of the best hip hop songs ever, and so many people like I've heard everybody freestyle of that beat. From Memphis Bleak to Styles P, Lloyd Banks. So when they came out, that blew up, and then the album came out, and that was a huge success. I'm glad to have that, and um not knowing they were from Virginia, but they had like a New York sound to them,
Right.
and both like identical twins, Malice and Pusha, and they definitely made a name for themselves during the 2000s with Lord Willing, and then like with their own crew, the Re-Up Gang with Sandman and what's the Roscoe P. Coltrane and Pharrell a part of that crew, and they definitely did made a lot of noise with the mixtapes, and everything that they spit on, like it was fire, especially Pusha, like when he was on What Happened to That Boy with Weezy and Birdman, a classic song, and I don't even like Birdman, but I love that song. And you know the stuff they've done with Kanye and with the Neptunes Clones album, and everything that they've been on is classic material. And I like the fact that with Pusha, when he went solo, like he takes his time with projects. He doesn't rush things out. A lot of artists now, they rushed out an album, this week, and the next week they putting out a mixtape, but he takes his time with projects. And when he dropped like Fear of God mixtape, that's a classic mixtape. I love that project. My Name Is My Name, classic album. He always took his time with stuff. The Wrath of Cain, another classic mixtape. The Darkest Before Dawn. I like the fact that he take his time with projects, and give people the time to digest each project of his, and then he comes back out with something else, and he's still killing it to this day. One of the best lyricists of this era, and that's always I've always enjoyed that about them. Like they always stuck to their guns, and never tried to do something out of left field. They always kept it real, and um that I'm a huge Clips fan. Hell Hath No Fury. I ran to FYE to get that album when that dropped in like it was like '06, '07, and just classic material that he's dropped, him and his brother, and then going solo, and he's definitely one of my favorites right now.
Yeah. Very dope story and shit. Um, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not like the biggest Clips fan like that, but I remember when that grinding song came out, and everybody wanted to do that drum pattern on the
Yeah.
cafeteria tables, the
Hmm.
desk, and everything like that. Um, yeah, man. I've always felt like I've always preferred Pusha solo wise to give the buck and stuff like that because I grew up more like with the Pusha T solo and shit.
Right.
Um, One of my favorite projects he's done was the My Name Is My Name joint from 2013.
Yes.
Love that fucking album. I know that came out around the time when good music
Hmm.
was supposed to come out with a fucking cruel song, which they did.
Right.
So yeah, man. But I gotta keep it real. He didn't really get my. I didn't really like become like a fan until Daytona came out, which I'm gonna talk about that.
Right.
But yeah, Pusha T definitely. Excuse me. He's an MC originally born in New York City, but he was raised in Virginia Beach, and so pretty much him and his brother, like No Malice, they grew up with a love for hip hop. At the same time, they sold drugs and shit like that.
Mm.
And what ended up happening was the fact that they got kicked out their parents' crib, and that's when they wanted to take this shit seriously and stuff with the hip hop. Um, and so fast forward, to the early mid '90s, they were performing in crews, performing in clubs, and that's when they met Pharrell, who was on Neptunes around that time, and
Right.
Pharrell got them a deal with Electro Records. And
Right.
what ended up happening was the fact that I think they was supposed to came out with an album before the Lord willing called exclusive audio footage.
Yeah.
But what ended up happening was the fact that they had to shelve the album and stuff, and because it was just like there was not really that much promotion with the funeral single and whatever and stuff like that. So they ended up making appearances in other people's like songs, like Khaleesi's Good Stuff. They appeared on Navia's Runaway song and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And the Neptunes was producing all those tracks too. So fast forward, to 2002, Pharrell signed a duo to his Star Trek label, where they came out with, of course, the song "Grinding," which "Grinding" that was a huge, huge, huge song back at that time, and so that ended up happening when they dropped the album "Lord Willin'," which "Lord Willin'" that was a big album, of course, from 2002.
Right.
Um, yeah, I know a lot of fans say that's like the best album and stuff like that. So next thing you know, it they were working on the Health Has No Furry, the Health Has No Furry album, but that album kind of got pushed back a lot because they were going through they were going through like some music politics because around that time, um, Aristo was getting taken in by Jive Records, which that was like a merger between Sony Music and BMG. And so the Clips pretty much they had to stay in Jive while Star Trek had to move to Interscope Records and stuff too. So
Right.
and then Clips and Jive started end up having like a lot of disagreements about the content of the project and whatnot. And so that's when they came up with the own label called Re Up. And so they straightened up the things with Jive Records, and then that's when Hell Hath No Fury finally came out in 2006, which
Right.
that to me that's kind of like my favorite Clips album. I kind of prefer that more than Lord Willing because it was like a
Mm-hmm.
more darker sound
Right.
and whatever. Um, and so around that time too, they Pusha T was beginning to have his beef with Lil Wayne around that time too,
Mm-hmm.
because Lil Wayne he said some shit in the triple XL. He said some shit in like triple XL about the fucking babes or whatnot, and then Wayne felt like the clip song "Mr. Me Too" was a diss track to Lil Wayne,
Right.
and this beef kind of like went on for years and years until it pretty much got absorbed with the Drake beef, which I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So yeah, man. And so around that time too, Hell Have No Fury, they were working on the follow up, which was supposed to have been called Till the Casket Drops,
Yeah.
which that came out in 2009. Which that album was okay. I wasn't really too big on that
Yeah.
album.
It's not one of my favorites.
It's not okay. So yeah, man. So around that time, their manager, I want to say their manager got into some shit too. They got into some shit. His manager got jailed over some drug shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so they didn't break up until 2010. They didn't break up until 2010 because I think No Malice even said that he didn't feel comfortable with like
Yeah.
all the drug raps that they were doing because he wanted like to change his life. And it's like no ill will against Pusha T, no ill
Right.
will, which grateful about that. But yeah,
There's also a Netflix documentary on that. It's called The End of Malice,
hmm
and that came out a couple years ago. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but if you can find it, definitely check it out because they talk about why he decided to go solo, and like his views was different from his brother's own. Like he didn't want to talk about drugs no more.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's definitely understandable and shit like that. Um, and so that's when Pusha T started hooking up with Kanye West. Signed to the Good Music, and he appeared on the track of Runaway, which was on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy,
Yeah.
which the Runaway track, and I remember when the video came out, last
Hmm.
year, I think it was on BT, MTV,
Yeah.
VH1. I remember when that shit came out and stuff, and it was like a big deal um, for that song, for Push TV on Good Music and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's when the fucking mixtape came, the Fear of God mixtape and whatnot, came out, and that got like a lot of buzz.
Yep.
And so that's when the Fear of God 2 EP came out. And so fast forward to like 2013, he came out with the My Name Is My Name joint and shit like that, which that shit right there was dope. I fucking fuck with that track.
Hmm.
That song also had the diss track, the Exodus 23 23-1,
Right.
which kind of like aimed at Drake and Lil Wayne
Hmm.
and stuff like that. Where this is how Drake got into beef and stuff like that because Drake ended up responding to Pusha T
Drake
on
ain't on Pusha level, man.
right. Huh?
No,
Yo, I'm sorry,
not
Lil
not
Wayne.
lyrically at least. I like Drake early stuff, but he ain't fucking with Pusha lyrically.
I'm sorry, but even Lil Wayne was not on Pusha T's level. I'm
Nah,
sorry.
he ain't on Pusha lyrically.
Nah. And so oh, and then Pusha T, he also had issues with Consequence too.
Oh shit, I didn't know that one.
Yeah, because
About what?
Consequence said that Pusha T stole his flow and his style.
Hell no,
Oh,
hell
yeah,
no. Consequence wasn't doing the drug talk.
hell no.
If you listen to like what's that early album he had with Good Ass Job or something,
Yeah,
he
that
wasn't
was
talking about no drugs on it.
that
Yeah,
backpacker rap. It was
right.
like
Yep, he's bugging.
yeah. I've never really been the biggest Consequence fan like that.
Right.
Later became a member of Frankie Beverly's Maze. Excuse me. Yeah, I never really been a fan of them like that and stuff like that. So he was only passable in the fucking beats, rhymes,
Yeah.
life, whatever.
Yeah.
Which that's even controversial for me to say. Um, Fast forward to still 2013. My name is my name. That was a big album, and so that's when Hugh made plans to work on King Push Darkest Before Down prelude album,
Yeah.
which that was another dope track album in
Mhm.
my opinion.
Yeah.
Like he said, he took his time with that one. He did his thing with that one,
Right.
and so that was when he was originally supposed to call this album King Push, but he changed it to Daytona and stuff like that. Which brings me to Kanye West. So 2018, the summer of 2018, he wanted to do this like the Wyoming sessions where he kind of had like one of his little breakdowns or whatever. He wanted to record some music. So the albums that he had was the Push T Daytona, his album, which was the Ye album, Nasir's the Nasir's album.
Trash.
Yep. The Kids See Ghosts, which I felt like that was kind of
I like
underrated.
that. I like
That was
that album.
that should have gotten more push.
Yeah. Definitely.
And the mixed Tiana Taylor album, which the KTSE whatever.
Hmm.
Um, Daytona to me was the best one.
Yeah. Definitely.
It was the one everybody was talking about because I remember even when the Kanye album came out, everyone was saying that shit was trash
Hmm.
because that got like a lot of anticipation too.
Right.
But yeah. So, but I have to talk my shit about this album, and I want to start with the album cover.
Yeah.
So apparently this was the bathroom where Whitney Houston lost her life, passed away.
Hmm.
Rest in peace to Whitney Houston. And
Peace.
I'm gonna be real with you guys. I kind of feel like this is disrespectful in my opinion.
Right.
And yeah, Kanye had to pay $85,000 for this shit to happen. And here's my thing, and this is what I'm gonna be quite honest. If anybody done some shit like that, it's for Kanye's mom, let's just say the hospital room where she died at and stuff like that,
Hmm.
niggas will be having a huge issue with it.
Yeah. I agree.
Niggas will be having a huge issue. And so even Bobby Brown was kind of saying like, "Yo, that shit was not cool,"
Right.
and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I don't blame Pusha T. I really don't blame Pusha T. So that was all Kanye.
Right.
Then the whole this is like the purple tape, this album. That's another issue I gotta have because I just feel like the purple tape that's only built for my Cuban links. That's
Right.
that album.
Hmm.
I just feel like yeah, this album is good too, but let's not say this is
Yeah.
like the next only built for my
No.
Cuban links.
Mm.
Let's
He
not even.
might he might have been in that bathroom with Whitney sniffing that shit when he said that.
Right, but yeah, man. And I just have to say that because like that's pretty much like my only
Right.
gripes about the album.
Hmm.
Just had to put that out there.
Yeah.
But I'm ready. There's only 7 songs, so let's get started. Track number one, "If You Know, You Know." Pretty much one of my two favorite tracks off this album. Nice way to start the album off and stuff like that. Love that beat. Pretty much just talking about this song's pretty much just talking about his drug rhymes and how people say that pretty much like he always talks about coke and everything like that. But at the same time, it's just like he just raps about what he knows and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, I love that beat. Kanye. That's one thing about Kanye, man. The production on this album was stellar and stuff like that. So I fuck with this track.
I like it. Definitely a great way to start the album off. Nice beat. I like that sample with the voice. You know what I'm talking about?
Da, da, yeah.
Yeah. I like it's real catchy. You know what I'm saying? I like that. It goes well with the track and Pusha saying, the wrist on that boy rock star like Pink Floyd, waving that rude boy. I'm waving at you boy. Ran off on the plug too like True Goy. Yeah, a dope reference to De La Soul. I love that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? How many people like do that still and they recognize True Goy's lyricism? You know,
Exactly.
definitely love that track.
Yeah, that's a very good track indeed and stuff like that. I fuck with it. Um, then we're gonna get the games we play. That's another dope track. Very hard ass beat and stuff like that. Dun, dun.
Yeah,
I love that. Again, I kind of felt like it was more of like a continuation to "If You Know, You Know."
right.
Um, yeah, man, love that beat and shit like that. Very hard ass track.
Again, another solid cut. I like the guitar loop on here. Nice beat. Pusha saying this is for my bodybuilding clients moving weight. Just add water, stir it like a shake. Play amongst the stars like the roof and the wraith. Get the table next to mine. Make our bottle servers race. Fire. Um, we said to all my young niggas, I am your ghost and your ray. This is my purple tape. Save up for rainy days. I like the fact that he gave a shout out to Ray and Ghost, but this is not the purple tape. There's only one. You know.
Exactly. That's what, like I said, this generation, man, they just want their own, Madden and stuff like that. It's like it's like
Right.
they kill the album, be themselves and shit. But yeah, definitely see what you're saying about this and stuff like that. Um, Next track, "Hard Piano" featuring Rick Ross. Love this fucking track right here. Of course, judging by the title, it's a piano laced beat and stuff. Just talking about how both. It kind of has like a double meaning
Yeah.
because like it's talking about how both of them came from success and whatnot. But at the same
Hmm.
time, when they're talking about hard piano, people when they say piano keys, it's actually keys of cocaine too that they're
Right.
talking about and shit. So yeah, man, definitely very slick with it. I love the line when Pusha says, "I'm too rare amongst of this pink hair. Ooh, still do the Fred Astaire on a brick. Tap tap through the phone if you hear it click. Art Baseline in the Beazle. Like, ooh, that shit right there is fire." Rick Ross, he did his thing too, but I just felt like this track is all Pusha T in my opinion.
Right. And who better than Rick Ross, the Black Tony Montana of Miami, to be on this track?
Right.
I love the title, hard piano, and it definitely has like some dark piano keys on here. Nice beat. I love Ross's verse. He says, "You scared to see my face in a fancy place, so I debate my case versus Nancy Grace. Your money gone every other month. My money long, so the treasure tucked." Love Rick Ross. To me, he's like the best out of Miami. I love Rick Ross. He could do no wrong in this collab. Definitely a banger.
Shit, that shit hard as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Um, Track number four, "Comeback Baby." Probably my least favorite track off this album. It's not a bad track, but it's just again talking about his love for dope. But to me, it's just the beat. I did not really care for that beat. Just the whole comeback, maybe. It just kind of got a little draining and shit. But
Right.
my least favorite track off this album.
I think it's a banger. Definitely has a nice beat, nice hi hats, really dark bass line. I love the gospel core sample as well, and Pusha saying, "Bought hoes Hondas, take care of children, let my pastor built out buildings, rapped on classics. I've been brilliant. Now we blending, we chameleons. White on white, that's the tester. Black on black, that's the Tesla. Fire lines. One of my favorite tracks on this album.
Yes, sir. Very dope and shit like that. Then we're gonna get into Santeria. Very dope track. Very sad song too because he's talking about like the death of his friend, road manager, Devon Day Day Pickett.
Hmm.
And so with this track right here, it's just talking about his religion and stuff like that too, because he was he was like very like into church and stuff like that. And so with this track right here, just that's why the track kind of like had that quiet is in the background and stuff
Yeah.
like that too. Which I felt like that was definitely a very dope pick.
Hmm.
Um, I love the line where he says, "I'm back in this shit, nigga. You ever seen Shark Tank? I paid them in small bills, all of them in small face. I bet when we draw blood, you niggas you draw blank. Dress you in all black, partner and all safe, like fire." Um, yeah, man, definitely very dope track.
This track is very Kanye esque. Like
Yes.
the whole production sounds like it could have been on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, even Yeezus. It has and I like the woman that's speaking Latin,
Hmm.
on the song, towards like the end of the song, and I don't know what she's saying in Latin. It seemed like she was like Latin. It could be another language, but I like that part, and it brought like another element to this song, and it had a dope beat. The sample that Kanye used was also used by Little Kim on Drugs for Hardcore
I knew that
on that
sounded.
album. Love that joint. And Pusha saying, "The Lord is my shepherd. I am not sheep. I am just a short stone's throw from the streets. I bring my offering. I will not preach. Awaken my demons. You can hear that man screaming. I'm no different than the priests." Santeria. Love that. Very visual lines by Pusha. One of my favorites on here.
Yeah, very dope track. Track number six, "What Would Meat Do," featuring Kanye West. Little trivia about this track. This song was originally supposed to be called "How Do You Respond," because it was just based about how Pusha and Kanye was responding to niggas talking shit. But Kanye pretty much changed this track because of what Meek Mill was going through, with that whole incarceration and shit like that.
Right.
And so both of them were talking about different things. Pusha T was, his verse was like more braggadocious about why he's one of the best. But Kanye West, he took like a time to talk about his recent controversies at that time when, yeah, he was meeting with Donald Trump and whatnot, and he said the whole slavery was a choice bullshit. Y'all remember that bullshit. So what? That's pretty much my second favorite track off this album. So I fuck with it.
Definitely love this collab. I thought Kanye stole the show on this. Love the beat, the 808s on here, and Pusha saying Chanel on your bitch. The coupe is 320. The roof hits a miss. Murder on the highway. The news is at 6. See, I did it my way. The proof is in the bricks. And then Kanye says, I be thinking, what would Tupac do? You be thinking, what new kids on the block do? If you ain't driving while black, do they stop you? Will MAGA hats let me slide like a drive-through? He always got to cause a little controversy on the song, and I love Kanye, man. That's just who he is, and I thought it was a great track on him.
I got you, man. And the last track off this album, Infrared. This is pretty much. See, I don't even want to consider this like a diss track. It's pretty much like a bait song. Seeing if Drake would respond and stuff like that, because what infrared means is basically like the light that is usually invisible to human eyes
Right.
and stuff like that. And so, of course, Drake being the light skinned rapper that he is, um, pretty much people think, oh, he's talking about Drake,
Mhm.
and stuff like that. And he had this one line where he says, niggas looked at me crazy, like I really killed a baby. Salute Ross, cause the message was pure. He see what I see when you see Wayne on tour. Flash without the fire, another multi-platinum rapper trapped and can't retire. Niggas get exposed, I see the cracks and I'm the liar. Shit, I've been exposed. I took the crack and you and built the wire. Because Drake threw some shots at Pusha on the Two Birds One Stone track and stuff like that. And so, you know, and I remember when this shit happened. Like, I was on my way to work, and
Mhm.
Drake came out with the fucking dupest doopy freestyle, which I admit that shit was dope. I like that shit.
The Guppy freestyle.
Guppy freestyle, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. But then when Pusha came up with the story of Adidon,
Mhm.
oh my god, that was a rap. Like that's how you come out. That's how you do a
Right.
fucking response and shit like that.
Mhm.
Even though if I were me, I could have waited a couple of days or weeks or whatever, because now niggas want to drop diss tracks like quick, very quickly as possible. But like
Mhm.
back in the days, niggas used to just say you have to wait
Mhm.
like months sometimes for a diss track,
Yep.
hell, even a year
Yep.
and shit like that. But now, I felt like Pusha T ate that shit. He killed Drake on that
Mhm.
and whatever, especially with the whole blackface. Oh man, but in my opinion, I'm just gonna be real. Drake has not been the same since that. I'm just gonna be real.
Yeah.
Feel free to argue with me, but I don't feel like he has not been the same since that shit. Now, notice how Pushy just dropped that Daytona shit. Drake just randomly dropped a lot of other shit and stuff like that. Not a
Mhm.
lot of people are fucking with it like they used to,
Right.
but that's another story for a different day.
Cause that's a great r- uh comparison to the infrared because he's it's invisible to the eye, but and he's basically been invisible to real hip hop heads.
Yep,
'Cause there's not too many conversations where like the real heads even mention his name. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Like like I said, Drake is who he is. We know who he is. We know who he's not. I like his early work, his early couple albums, but he will never be in that same sentence as Pusha T, in my opinion. I'm not even putting him in the same league with J. Cole and Kendrick, you know. But he sells records, but so did MC Hammer. And even back in 1990, nobody was putting Hammer in the same league with Q-Tip or Redman. So that's just how I look at it. You know, I didn't even pay attention that much to the battle. I'm like, Drake ain't he can't battle nobody. Like your pen is questionable anyway. So for you to even come out and try to battle, push it. You want to battle Meek Mill? That's one thing. If you want to battle Pusha, that's a whole different league. Like Meek Mill is minor league, Pusha is major league. So I didn't. That's why I didn't really care too much about that battle.
He got killed by Common anyway.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And even then, people was saying that he beat Common. I'm like, are y'all nuts? Like, what are y'all listening to?
Because those are
Like,
mostly
like
beat.
Common. If anything, Common went light on him on the sweet joint. I thought he could have been more savage on that joint.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But I like the song. I think it has like a nice space beat. You know, Push saying Ferrari my 40th, blew the candles out. Tom Brady, you niggas had to scramble out. They be riding these waves. I pull my sandals out. Had to Latin my Grammy. I went the Spanish route. Fire joint, great way to end this album.
Yeah. Just giving me like no Vaseline on how Cube added the death certificate with no Vaseline and shit.
Right. Oh, he obliterated NWA with that.
Oh man. Have you heard that Eazy-E allegedly had a response to no Vaseline?
Never heard it.
Yeah, it never came out.
Oh well, good job, good job because I thought he would have lost anyway. He would have lost the Cube anyway.
Yeah.
Again, I like Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always liked his I like, So Far Gone, classic mixtape, comeback season, Thank Me Later, Take Care, one of his best albums. Nothing was the same. But for you I think Drake has gotten too cocky to the point where he feel like he can battle everybody. You're gonna lose to Pusha T. You're gonna lose to Jay Z. You know what I'm saying? Discography wise or bar for bar, he would lose to them.
Yeah, man. But anyway, I feel like this is a dope album, in my opinion. I feel like
Yeah.
it's a certifiable,
Right.
keyword certifiable. Not a classic yet, but if years from now people look back, they'll say it's a classic. I'm not gonna get mad. Um, Pusha T came out strong, banger after banger after banger. Um, say what you want about Kanye, but the production, this is probably some of his strongest production up to that point and whatever, in my
Mhm.
opinion.
Yeah.
Like I said, I feel like production wise, I feel like he has not topped this yet. I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real
You think
tonight.
he has better stuff coming than this?
No, no, no. I feel like everything that came out, the No Nasir and the Kids
Right.
Kids He Goes, production wise, I feel like he hasn't topped this album and stuff.
I agree.
So yeah, I want to be real. I want to give this a 5 out of 5. Minus the album cover
Right.
and stuff like that. Because I was thinking about giving it a 4 out of 5 because of that. But I was like, you know what? Nah, let me stop.
Right. It's definitely a five mic album. And again, this is not an album that just came out and we're rating it a classic already. This album been out a couple years. It's still his last project. He hasn't dropped nothing since then. And again, I like the fact that he took time coming out with projects and letting it breathe and letting people digest it before coming out with something else. So it definitely is a classic project and to me Kanye's best project of that year because Nasir was trash. Did not like that. Kid See Ghost was dope. I don't think is touching this though. If anything, Kid See Ghost is one of Cuddy's best projects because there's a couple albums that I don't like from him. But
Don't
this
even
is
get me
definitely
started.
a classic album for just 7 songs, and you have the controversial album cover, with the infamous bathroom that Whitney used, and I love all the songs on there. I think every song on here is a banger. He could have released a lot of more singles than he did, but definitely one of his best projects.
Oh yeah, one of his best projects and shit.
Yeah.
I feel like his discography has just been so consistent.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. He takes his time with his projects. He don't rush it out.
Yeah, that's one thing I'll give Pusha though.
Yeah.
I know somebody said to review some Clips albums. Um, like I said, I would not mind reviewing some Clips album, but like I said, I'm just gonna be real with what I say. So
Right.
yeah,
No
all
doubt.
right. I'm gonna stay on for maybe about a good 15, 20 minutes, maybe.
People do not like Drake.
You said what?
They do not like Drake in here.
Shh. I mean, I'm
God
not
forbid we
surprised.
did a Drake review on here.
Like I said, the only album I'll probably review from Drake is maybe Take Care and a few other third shit. But I'm
Yes,
not gonna
that's
review
that's
everything.
considered like his best album.
Yep. I kind
Um,
of like that. If you're reading this, it's not too late album too. I like that shit.
that was cool. What do you think about the Jay Z and Nipsey song?
I fucks with it. That's dope.
Definitely dope. Enjoy that one. Um,
Appreciate it, Hector.
I like Mikai said I like Drake. He's I like Drake a bit. He's not that bad. Yeah, I mean he's not no. I never looked at Drake like he was some lyrics some spitter though. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like he's good for what he do. And I think a lot of people copied his you know they try to get into his lane. You know he's good for what he do. He can act, even though I didn't watch the Grassy and you know he can sing, he can carry a melody, and
Yeah.
he can rhyme. But a lot of people like there's been a lot of artists that copied what he did. Wiz Khalifa was singing a lot more after Drake came out. I love Mac Miller. Rest in peace to Mac Miller. Mac Miller was singing a lot more after Drake, but Mac Miller could actually carry a note when he was singing. There's some artists that was trying to sing and they can't do it. You know. Um. Yeah, Pusha and Kendrick album would be dope. That would be a lot. The debates I could see the debates for that. Who had the best bars on that album? Better lyricist, Pusha T or J Cole? I'm going with Pusha. I think Pusha is a better lyricist, but I love J Cole stuff. Definitely gonna be doing a J Cole video soon. The J I didn't Makai, to be honest, I never heard of Jay Z in the '80s, and I probably was like slept on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't hear about Jay until when the I can't get with that joint came out, and then when he dropped you know Dead Presidents, and I'm forgetting the other song that he dropped. There's another song that he dropped in my lifetime joint that he had dropped. So that was and then of course with original flavor when he dropped Can I Get Open, like what was that, 93? That's when I first heard of Jay-Z. It was like when with original flavor, and then when he came out with the Dead Presidents joint or whatever. So I never knew about him during the '80s. Favorite rapper from the new school, New York rappers? Rock Marcy. I think Rock Marcy is another great artist. Consistently drops with great projects. And he's becoming a good producer as well. Like he produced Stove Got Cook's album last year. That was top three, one of my favorite albums of 2020. Of course Griselda, even though they're from Buffalo, but Rock. I mean, if we talking about in the city, Rock is from Long Island, so definitely going Rock. Mayhem Loren is underrated also. I think he's a dope rapper, lyricist. Favorite rap artist that died? Um, shit, all of them. Pun, Big L, Pac, Biggie. You know, Red, you muted, yo. Oh, I think he's talking to his mom.
I would say yeah. Basically, a lot of these rap artists that's not considered a legend as soon as they died. I'm sorry, but
Right. Drake is overrated. I mean, he's commercial. He's the mainstream, so people are gonna feel like that. You know what I'm saying? We already know what it is with him. You know, I like again. I think I don't hate Drake. So I don't want people to say, "Oh, well, you hate Drake." I like Drake's stuff, his early stuff. Even the Scorpion album was dope, but I don't like every album that he got. I thought Views was crap, and he had some big singles off of Views. More Life. I didn't like that Project Olive. You know what I'm saying? But we know what Drake is. We know what he is. So to me, I just feel like if you're so mainstream and you're so commercial, why are you trying to battle artists that are better than you lyrically? Because I don't think he would ever beat Pusha T in a bar for bar. You know what I'm saying? That's just my whole thing. It's like you gotta know your lane and stay in it. King, what's good, yo? I ain't see you in a minute. Favorite Griselda member? Conway. Love Conway's stuff. I love Benny, but I love Conway more.
Yeah.
Hector said Fabio Foreign. What about him?
Who's Fabio Foreign?
Is that that was the dude that was on the spicy joint with Nas? I don't listen to Fabio.
I haven't heard this song in a minute.
Yeah, the Daytona is a classic, King. Definitely love that project. Favorite mixtapes? Drake So Far Gone. That's one of my favorites. Mac Miller, Macadelic. 50 Cent is the future. Uh, Joey Badass, 1999. What else? I have a whole lot. I have a whole bunch of mixtapes that I love over the years. Wiz Khalifa, Cushion OJ.
Joy Badass 1999.
Yeah, definitely, definitely classic. I love Joey. Joey's earlier stuff is great. Does Raekwon have the best solo album? He has one of the best. I mean, if I had to choose one, it would be Cuban Link. But I mean, I love Liquid Swords, Iron Man, Tikal.
Yeah.
Is a couple.
Yeah, Alonzo. It's infinite.
ODB first album as well. I love that one.
Ooh. Yeah, my favorite Wu solo album is Liquid Swords and shit.
Classic. Love that. Love that album. That's his best album to me still.
Yeah. As much shit as Infinite is, the title track is classic, man.
Yeah. I don't feel like that. I felt like that album wasn't mixed right.
It wasn't.
It sounds like a mixtape or anything.
I know, like his fan base want to say that's like the greatest thing ever. I'm just like, okay.
Hell no. Hell no. No, his to me still his three major releases on Aftermath is his best.
I feel like this track and Maxine was like some of the best tracks off Infinite.
Right.
Especially, ooh, Maxine. Ooh,
Yeah. Yes. Ghostface definitely has the best discography on Wu.
I agree.
Joey Badass, Let It Breathe. I don't think I heard that. I heard a Joey Badass EP last year. It was like 3 songs. I don't know if it was on that though. Well, I mean, he does sell. He you could say that he sells more than Kendrick and J. Cole. He is a big, mainstream success. That ain't the issue I have with him. My issue is more of his pen. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind that we've seen a lot of artists be mainstream and you know what I'm saying. I don't that's not my issue with him.
Oh, I fuck with Denzel Curry, bro.
Who's your favorite Midwest rappers? Bone Thugs and Harmony for one. The Brat. I think she's underrated.
Bone. Oh, you said Bone.
Kanye. That I love Kanye stuff.
Early Twister.
Twister. One of the best. Is Eminem considered Midwest? He's from
Yeah,
Detroit.
yeah.
Eminem, there's early Eminem stuff, not the shit that he has now. But if, everything from Infinite to Recovery. After Recovery, I stopped. I don't care for him. I do like some songs off of Marshall Mathers LP too, but it's nothing like the first one though. I appreciate that, BJ.
Ronnie
Favorite
Jack. Oh, go ahead.
Barry White sample.
Ooh,
Um, I'm forgetting the name, but the sample that Black Moon used for "I Got You Open."
playing your game, baby.
Love that remix. That might be my favorite Black Moon song ever.
Same.
That should have been on Enter the Stage. Like I know they re-released the album when they had like some anniversary edition, but that should have been on the original track list.
And that beat does not even sound like it could be from 93,
Yeah,
94.
it
It's
don't. It's
it literally sounds like it could have been like 96, even 97.
crazy.
Like the beat miners, like early beat miners, man. Shit.
Eminem shit is trash. I still love Eminem, but I can't rock with his new shit. I can't. It's easy for me to say that because I know how artists are. Like every artist will go through an up and down period. This is just his down period to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I would never play his new shit. I don't care for it. Give me any other album. Give me Eminem Show, Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP, Recovery, Relapse. I'll play any of those. Minus Encore. Encore got like maybe 7 songs I like on it. That was shit also. But any of those other albums, even the D12 stuff, give me the D12 shit over anything he's dropping right now.
Right.
And King said he don't even like the Eminem Show. I love Eminem Show. I'll play that any day over Kamikaze and Revival. That the shit he got out now.
You know, I've heard a lot of people have mixed feelings about Eminem show too.
I love it. I don't see. I think it's a flawless album. I don't see. I have no gripe about that album. Um, Rank the Mob Deep albums from least to greatest.
Ooh.
Uh, from least to greatest. I'll start with the last one they did. What was that? 2014
Yeah,
that came out. The
the
infamous
infamous
joint.
Mob Deep.
That joint. Uh, America's Nightmare. That be after that. Juvenile Hell and Infamy. And then for me, it's Infamous, Hell on Earth, and Murder Music. Those three are my favorite ones. And Blood Money, I like Blood Money too. I know a lot of people don't like Blood Money. Blood Money will be after Murder Music for me.
Okay. For me, from least to favorite, Blood Money, um, America's Nightmare, the infamous Mob Deep, Juvenile Hell, Murder Music, Infamous, and Hell on Earth.
Wait, who's your favorite West Coast rappers?
My all-time favorite West Coast rapper is always gonna be Tupac.
We said you said more than one. How many
Oh,
songs
okay.
like rappers?
Ice Cube, Spice One, MC8, Cam, Too Short, MC Ren, Above the Law, Kendrick Lamar, fuck it.
Um, yeah, we could include Pac on that?
Yeah.
Pac, Kendrick, Ice Cube, Evidence, Razzcast, Exhibit, I want to say Hyro, but I have like a lot of favorites in Hyro. Like I like Casual, I like Opio from Souls of Mischief, I like Dell. So I just put the Hyro crew in there.
Should I sit above the law too? So
Right. Surfia was dope. Chino XL was dope. Corrupt is one of my favorites too.
mm.
Mikau said he don't consider Tupac West Coast. He was
Mm,
both coasts.
you can say the same about Ice T. I mean, he was born in New Jersey, but
Yeah, but he was more West Coast though.
right.
But
Oh,
he
that's
had
another one,
it
Ice
is
T.
yeah. Ice T is weird because he was West Coast, but he had like East Coast producers too.
Because he was like one of the first rappers to really bridge the gap between East and the West Coast.
Right. You know he had Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis do some tracks for him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw it. I found him on YouTube. I'm like, I didn't even know that.
yeah, yeah. I think he worked with a lot of people, like Quincy Jones, of course,
Right.
Prince. He worked with at one point, if I'm not mistaken. He worked with Black Sabbath.
King said, I'm sorry if someone plays Eminem's new stuff in my car, I'm ditching them on the street. Um,
Yeah, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick, bro.
yeah. Yes, I have that. I actually have that Hot 97 freestyle on CD still. BJ. That's when it was State Property was on the air and they were taking shots at Nas and the Bravehearts. Yeah, I still got that on CD. Um, I've never listened to Lord Jamal's debut album. I remember seeing it in the store back in the day, but I never bought it. Wait, Red's playing Temples of Boom right now. 80s rock come with 90s. Definitely 80s rock come for me. I think that's when he came out with the classic stuff. Him and Eric B. Your least favorite Nas album? Is Nasir considered an album?
That's my least favorite.
I mean, if we're not talking Nasir, I'm definitely going with Hip Hop Is Dead. Did not care for that album except for like maybe two or three songs. You hear Wealthy Robondo? Who's Robondo? Who's Robondo? You know who Robondo is?
No,
Wealthy Robondo? Who's that?
Wealthy Robondo.
I don't know who that is, Hector. Who's that? Is Chino Excel from New York? Is he?
I thought he was from New Jersey. Cute buck.
I thought he's from Cali. I didn't know he's from here. I didn't know that.
Speaking of Chino, hold on.
Who was the nicest in state property outside of Free and Beans? PD Crack, definitely. He
Yeah,
should have had a couple albums out.
that's the thing about the 2000s hip hop. All these crews and shit like that, and no albums came out because all these motherfucking egos.
I mean, to me, PD was the star of the second state property album, the Chain Gang album. He killed that album. Definitely brought a nice different element to the crew. Nasir more like knock knock square.
Oh lord,
King is funny, man. Favorite type is so member.
be real.
Be real. He has like an iconic that iconic nasal flow. Do you listen to Spanish music? I like Santana. I mean, I don't know. Do people consider Santana Spanish music?
Yeah,
I listen to Santana and Gloria Estefan when she was with Miami Sound Machine. But as far as like I don't like as far as like Spanish music. I'm not into Spanish music like that.
But if it's gonna snow, I'm gonna sleep in and shit.
That's what they said. It's supposed to snow tomorrow.
Like they said, so oh well.
Favorite NBA teams other than the Knicks? I don't have any. I mean, I see what Brooklyn doing, but they're not my favorite. I gotta be loyal to my Knicks. Favorite groups from the 2000s?
Little brother.
Little Brother, Dipset, G Unit, um, People Under the Stairs. I think they're underrated. Uh, Black Alicious, another underrated group. BJ said Young Chris was nicer to me than Petey. Young Chris is great. He's another one that should have had a better solo career than he did. I know he dropped a couple mixtapes. Oskino was underrated. Yep, I agree. Which rappers has the most annoying voices?
Where do I begin?
I don't know. The most annoying voices. I mean, if they're annoying, I'm probably not listening to them. You know, who you listening to, Reg?
Chino XO.
Chino XO. Which rappers have the best one-word plays? That's a good one. That's a good one, Macaw. I gotta think about that.
Oh, the Jaguar White said what?
Yeah, she been said that though. That's old news.
Oh,
I thought you knew about that. Yeah, she said that people from Wu Tang, but she didn't say no names. She said people from Wu Tang was doing that.
oh wow.
Yeah, so we still waiting to hear. They're not. I don't think they're ever gonna answer. Favorite rap groups of the '90s: Mobb Deep, Outkast, Wu Tang Clan, Cypress Hill, Digital Underground, Souls of Mischief, Farsight, Channel Live, Smith and Wesson, Helter Skelter. I'd be here all day just naming different groups.
Right.
Rappers who had the best word plays. That's a good one. Favorite
Um,
rappers from Atlanta.
Rascas.
Yes, Rashcast. I actually like Fabulous. I think Fabulous got some good word plays.
Hmm.
Favorite cannabis album? The second one.
So,
It was 2000 BC. That
yeah.
one. Favorite rappers from Atlanta? Outkast, Goody Mob.
I'm gonna stay up for like 5 more minutes.
Imagine if Bobby came out with "Don't Be Cruel" too. Shit. Well, who would you get to do that? Who would you get? Because Teddy Riley was already fed up with him with the first one. Who would you get to do part two?
Shit, Babyface is still available.
It would have to be. It would have to be somebody like Timberland.
Oh God.
You know, at that point, I would go with Timberland because I don't think Teddy would have worked with him after that.
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Yeah, maybe them. Yeah, that's right. Cause they didn't do nothing for him, right?
I don't think so.
They
No.
worked with everybody else in New Edition except for the except for Bobby. Ain't that something?
Right.
That's crazy. Mike Club. I never heard Mike Club. I would see people post that album like they said it was good. I gotta hear that one.
I heard it a while back ago.
It's good.
Yeah, it's pretty straight.
I don't know what happened to Cannabis. He's AWOL right now. Greatest female MC. To me, it's MC Light. Other people would say it's Lauren Hill. I don't know. Yeah, Reg listening to Big Papa right now. So not only do you have Sam in your house, you got Ronnie in your house too.
I mean, everyone knows that beat, man. It's like because the video just came on TV and shit. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck this.
Favorite Wyclef albums: The Carnival, classic, and I like The Preacher's
I
Son. I
love
think
it when you call me Big Pop.
that was solid. Eclectic. We're gonna talk about Eclectic. I don't think it was great though. Spoiler alert.
That's one from 2000, right?
Yep.
Trash.
Yeah, and you said you wanted to do a review on that.
I said, well, I said Carnival first,
Oh, Carnival for okay.
then I said that one maybe.
Right.
'Cause that's a
That's
long ass album, so I don't
a
really.
future trash review.
Yeah, future trash.
Wow.
Yo, Hype Williams made the best videos with Biggie. I don't give a
He
fuck.
did. Definitely. Brand Nubian with Grand Pooba or Brand Nubian without.
Shit.
That's hard because they have two classics, one with it, Pooba and one without Pooba.
Right.
I don't know. That's a good one.
Conversate you.
Favorite R&B producers? Jermaine Dupri, Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, R. Kelly, Tim and Bob, Babyface, Brian Michael Cox. It's a lot of good R&B producers out there. Ronnie Jerkins, Teddy Riley. Yeah, the Biggie documentary is March 1st on Netflix. I didn't know Tupac was gonna be. Well, of course Tupac gonna be in it because they're gonna talk about the whole East Coast West Coast beef.
Oh, you mean D Rock's home videos and shit?
Yeah, yeah.
The Biggie documentary that everyone's worried about.
What more can they say?
Right.
And NWA with Ice Cube or without Ice Cube? It has to be with Ice Cube.
For real. But that's hard too
That's
because
all.
they made a classic with each. Hell, to be keep honest, they made both 100 Miles and One EP and Niggas for Life too
Right.
without Cube. So
That's true.
that's hard as fuck.
Favorite freestyles?
Method Man and Ghostface stretching Bobito 94.
That was dope. Big L and Jay Z, Stretching Barbito. Uh, I heard so many. I don't even know. I forget some of the years. There's so many freestyles that I've heard over the years. Um, there was a freestyle with Supernatural and I want to say Keras One was up there with his SP 1200 machine.
Oh wow.
Pete Rock, he was up there one time. Pete Rock, there's one where he was up there and he was freestyling to the Up Against the Wall beat from the group home.
Oh shit.
That is a fire joint, and that's when I knew Pete Rock could really be a dope rapper. When I heard him do that freestyle, and he was like really freestyling shit. Um, there's so many, man, so many mad skills. Eminem, like the early Slim Shady years.
Loki, the Yo MTV Raps freestyle. Nobody talks about that.
Yes, the last episode.
Search killed it.
Yes, MC Search, Keras One, Rakim, Red and Meth.
That was funny how
Uh,
Eric Simmons snatched the mic from MC Search.
right, Eric Sherman, fire. That's a classic episode, man. People need to see that if you haven't seen it.
The Arsenio Hall freestyle too. That was fire
Right,
too.
yeah, that was dope. Uh, Zion said, "I'm tired of this Biggie and Tupac shit. Ain't nobody show respect for the other real hip hop dudes that spill their blood in this." You right. I definitely agree with you. You know, I don't know how much more milking of Biggie's name they can keep doing. And Bonix, yeah, that was great. Do you feel like Straight Outta Compton is overrated?
To be honest, I don't.
You don't.
I feel like it deserves all the accolades it gets. But
Salute to King. King feels like it's overrated. So salute to you, King.
yeah, I mean, I respect your opinion, King. But if anything, I feel like niggas for life gets overhated. If you ask me,
Nah, it's coming out March 1st on Netflix, Hector. But they have the trailer out now if you want to see it.
and that's another thing I want to talk about. Why ain't they blowing up to release the day he died? That's what I'm tripping about.
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
being real. Like,
Well, in I don't know. Like in the trailer, if those are D Rock's like home videos, like he has the home videos from when Biggie was out there the weekend he got killed, and I don't think anybody has seen those home videos.
shit. If you say so,
I don't know. I mean, again, like they I feel like they're milking Biggie's name for the last 20 something years. Like we need to move on from this.
right?
If you're not naming who the killer is, but what's the point of having these documentaries and films and all that? They caught the killers for Jam Master Jay. So where's the killers for Biggie?
Where's the documentaries for Run DMC? Why is it always like,
Right.
oh, let's just show Jim Messages killers? How much time are they gonna milk that shit? That's all
Exactly.
I'm saying.
My biggest pet peeve is when somebody see me bumping Pac and they automatically want to talk about who's better, Biggie or Pac. You can't compare because they too different. Yeah, you get the, you. I think they will always do that. They'll always compare Biggie and Pac because of everything that happened. Pet peeves. What are your pet peeves, Reg?
First of all, I hate that word pet peeves. But
What are
second of
things
all,
that piss you off when it comes to hip hop? What are things that annoy you?
oh, when motherfuckers wear shirts of classic albums and they haven't even heard the album and shit.
How do you know it's classic if you haven't heard the album yet?
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Cause
No, I'm. I know that.
oh
I'm just saying.
I thought you were asking me.
No,
But I remember this girl had the War Report shirt.
I remember you telling us that.
I, it pissed me the fuck off. Like,
Mhm. Is that the same? That's the same girl that had the Wu Tang shirt and she couldn't name one member.
no, that's a different girl.
Oh, that.
Okay.
Oh man.
I just thought it was cute.
Oh my God.
uh,
My biggest pet peeve is when people automatically hit on rappers just because they are new. Like, I get it if you don't like trap, but I hate when people call it mumble rap. I mean, trap or mumble rap is not for me. So I don't want nobody ever asking me, "Oh, you should do a trap mumble rap discussion." I don't listen to it, so why would I do a discussion on it? And I can't do a discussion on shit that I don't know about, you know.
yeah, I can't listen to all that.
So there are dope new rappers out there. It's not at least for me like the dope new artists are like mostly indie and underground. So they're not like in that category of trap or mumble rap,
And
you
let me
know.
tell you something. When it comes to these rappers now, this is the same flow. Ba ba da 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 all that shit, man. Come on.
King, I respect King. He has dope taste in music, and we listen to different things, you know.
All these little rappers, I can't keep up with these niggas. Lil
And like
Mosey.
Makai said, my biggest pet peeve is the old school and new school collision. There is a disconnect, and at some point that has to be understood by both parties. There is a disconnect with the old school and new school, and it's been like that for a long time, you know. But I think with the old school, they have to accept the fact that it is a different era, and things are not going to be the same. And with the new school, they have to understand that there's been things that's been already put in place for them to be where they at. If it wasn't for these legends like a Run DMC and a Cool G Rap, they wouldn't be where they at right now. And I feel like
Exactly.
there's not enough respect put on the old school by the new school generation. You know, There's always that old saying. You gotta, if you want to know your past, if you want to know your future, you gotta know your past. They don't know. A lot of them don't know their past. They think everything was just created just like that.
It's a damn shame, especially when they know the hard way.
I definitely agree with you, King. I can't get into no discussion about trap or mumble rap because I don't listen to it. So, I definitely respect your rant about it, man. That has to be brought back. The elements of hip hop. Yeah, it's very. I'm not seeing it in today's music. Where is the breakdancing? Where is the DJing? People don't even look at what happened with Spinnerella. And it's like people say, oh, like she was an integral part. The DJ was always an integral part of any group and of when hip hop started in the park with the party jams. It was without the DJ, you don't have no party. You know what I'm saying? The DJing, the breakdancing, the graffiti, all of that needs to be brought back in this mainstream. I don't see none of that in today's era.
I know, I agree.
You heard somebody call Kendrick a mumble rapper? Oh god, well they just don't know hip hop then.
That's
He he's
disrespectful.
definitely not a mumble rapper. Better rap crew, boot camp or Def Squad? Boot camp for me. I know Reg hates Def Squad already, so I'm not even gonna ask him.
I mean, I love Def Squad. I just don't like El Nino.
Who has the better crew albums, Boot Camp or Def Squad?
Boot Camp.
You nuts.
Wait,
But
are you just talking about like group albums or solo albums
yes,
included?
no, the better crew album. Well, Def Squad only had one crew album,
That's what I'm saying. Boot Camp.
but I don't like all of Boot Camp's crew albums though.
I don't either.
I like I think the best one to me is the Last Stand, which was their last one. Ironically,
Mm,
For the People was except for a couple songs I like. It's not a great album. Chosen Few, not a great album. Casualties of War, I think that was like unreleased joints or whatever. But I like the Death Squad album. Favorite In Vogue song. My favorite In Vogue song, I would say the Hold On. That was great. Free Your Mind. I like that one also. Do you think Pac and Biggie would have done an album together? No. I think they would have did a song together. I don't know if they would have did a whole album.
yeah, I'm good on that either.
See, with Kendrick and J. Cole, the lyrical rappers out now, regardless of the realness they speak, I'm always looking for the nostalgic feeling. I can't get with the new rap. But they have, I mean, in my opinion, they have certain artists that have that nostalgia feel to the 90s. When you listen to an artist like Flea Lord, you listen to an artist like Rock Marcy, who's actually from the 90s, and he's managed to still be relevant in this era. When you listen to Griselda, they have that 90s feeling for me. Mayhem Loren, Action Bronson, artists like that. Shay Noor. So that's what I gravitate to. You know what I'm saying? But I respect King because King is a he has good taste. And it's good to always have a balance. So if you listen to trap and mumble rap and you listen to, the 90s stuff or whatever, the 80s stuff, that's great.
I feel you. Cause niggas they don't know the legends at this point. Cause people want to shit on the legends all the time.
Right. J.
But
Cole
anyway,
not even top 50 new school. I mean, I
what?
fuck with Cole. I fuck with. I mean, if we
Wow.
had to do a new school list, I don't even got 50. So it would be J Cole and me would be on top of that list, but I don't think I got 50 a 50 list of new school artists. Hey, if the man thinks J Cole is overrated, it's not the worst thing I've heard. I've heard worse than that. I've been in group chats where dudes is saying Big Sean is better than Common, so that's not the worst thing I've heard.
I just thought King was a J Cole fan. That's why I thought.
I fuck with Cole. I think he has a consistent discography. Like I said, like me and Reg is gonna do a J Cole breakdown. You know, I gotta put respect on the new school too. I'm not just about the old school. I fuck with the new school artists. Joey Badass, for example, Waves gives me nostalgic. Yes, that's from the 1999 mixtape. Love that joint. Yeah, like Joey. See, Joey Badass though, his parents played 90s hip hop around him. That's why he grew up knowing it. You know what I'm saying? So when your dad and your mom's is bumping the locks and MOP and boot camp, that's all he like that he grew up on that, so he knows that stuff. That's why he gives you that nostalgia. Would y'all consider Robin Thicke a culture vulture? No, I don't think he's a culture
No.
vulture. Why do you think he's a culture vulture, Ronnie? Big Daddy Kane, Smooth Operator, or No Half Stepping?
Ain't no
Oh man,
half
that's a
step.
good one. That's two of my favorite Kane hit songs. Damn. I'm gonna go with No Half Stepping.
Same.
We need to start praising more talented new rappers. Yeah, I mean we gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't just want to discuss the old school. I want to discuss some of the new artists that I listen to. So
But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna call it a night, y'all, because I got some things to handle tonight.
yeah.
Whoa, George Michael is not a culture vulture. Let's stop right there.
Ronnie, what is up with you on these white artists?
Michael Bolton, yeah, that's the culture vulture. Better
Yo.
than that, thank y'all so much for watching this episode. This has been a dope review.
Oh man.
Tomorrow, the battle of all battles.
Yes. Yes. Part two.
Yes, part two.
Sam, you better be on time. Is Sam here? I don't even see Sam here. He
Yeah,
dipped
he's
out
there.
again. Don't tell me you went off to watch a different world or something. He dipped out on us again. You got it. He's supposed to be the official scorekeeper for this battle again.
And the next poll is gonna be 90s R&B producers and shit. So stay tuned on
Oh,
that.
that's gonna be the next battle.
Yeah,
Oh shit,
stay
that's gonna
tuned
be
on
good.
that.
Of any genre or just hip hop.
Oh no, I'm gonna put a poll of the choices and shit. I'll let you know.
Okay. Sam, you better be here on time. You the official scorekeeper tomorrow. I don't know who I don't know who won the first one. Who won the first one? Did I win or did Reg win?
You won that.
I won that.
Yeah.
I was expecting Reg to win that. I
I
think
have to look at your list again and
I think
shit
I think oh for the first one or the new one.
for the new
I
one.
think Reg might beat me. I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know because Reg got some joints on there, yo.
Shit, we'll see and shit.
Yeah.
Other than that, hope everyone has a good night. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. I will see y'all later. Peace.
Peace.